Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. We're in the forest.
Yeah.
I can't actually see anything. I was going to put my sunglasses on, but my eyes keep running. They are on my head though. Yeah, we've come to the forest for a specific reason. We're going to film a new intro, aren't we? Da, 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 da. It's about time we did it. And I feel like nature is like the place that we should come because we absolutely love being out here. But we've got the boys. Dad's on his way with the other girls. I've got Bella, Mackenzie, Darcy, Ethan and Dylan. We're waiting for the rest to arrive and then we're going to have some fun. And probably run to Tesco's. We always end up in Tesco's. Just like that, it's all done. That was quick, wasn't it? It was quick. It was fun. And I stepped in the stinging nettles and stung all my leg. Because, you know. But that's the woes of filming videos. You're not watching where you step in. You just kind of jump in and get the job done, baby. Right. Who's hungry? Who's ready for a picnic? Me. They're like, we're hungry. Feed me. Here she goes. Oh, there's another one. Ready? Way. Tell me there's aeroplanes about without telling me there's aeroplanes about. Do you know what I mean? Do you reckon there's a few planes about today, Dad? Nah. Super sunny, but there's still that wind chill, isn't there? Please, can I go to the playground? Picnic time! We'll have the girls sitting in the buggies because the sun is blazing. I don't want to get them burnt. And these are, we're trying to like stay out of the sun, but it is really, really bright, isn't it? Ethan's like looking cool, dude. So we have the most random things on our picnic because we weren't prepared for a picnic. This was a last minute thing and we really needed to do a grocery shop, so we literally just grabbed a whole load of stuff out of the cupboards. We got chicken Kievs, we got samosas, we got mini pizzas, blueberries, pepper sticks, Bakewell tarts. What are these ones? These are jam tarts, aren't they? Some eclairs, some egg sandwiches, some crispies, and we've got some drinks as well, haven't we? What's the, oh, the chicken Kievs, yes mate. It was like a complete, total last minute decision. It was just sunny outside and we sat around, the kids were bored and we were like, do you know what, let's just go for a picnic. A very random picnic with the most random food. Jackson's hanging out in my bag here. Hi Jackson. Albie keeps trying to run away. He wouldn't drink any of his water. I don't know what's going on. He liked the egg sandwiches though, huh? We've absolutely loved having our picnic, but now it's time to go to Tesco's. See, where are we going?
To Texas.
To Texas. I love the way she says it. Mackenzie, I see you. There's more food on Mackenzie than there was at the picnic. I'm going to have to clean the buggy again, dude.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy your picnic, Kenzie? Where could Lily be? I can't see her. Ah, it's an ogre. Those are nice. Those are what we've got in the back garden, isn't it?
Stones. Wait, so we're out the packet.
I know some of them do fall out of the packet. Right, let's go in. Chloe's just found a Tesco card outside, haven't you? So she's going to do the right thing and hand it into the desk. Got the big punnets of strawberries in. Mind you saying that, these are £2.50. These strawberries, these are 400 grams. These are 600 grams for £3.50. I might get one of these, you know. They are big strawberries. It's the right season, isn't it? I might get some of these. Kenzie! Kenzie, look, what's Mama got? What's those? Oh. She's got a chocolate mush, haven't you? We need to clean you up, kid. She's like, oh, how do I get these open? Wait, where's Lily? Which section are we going to today, Lily? And she's off. She knows where she's going. She even knows where it is. Lily, why is this your favourite section of the shop?
Half the price.
Half the price. It's half the price.
Oh, Mum, look at this.
Oh, chicken korma, your favourite. Oh. Bella's found something. Let's have a look. Again, they know where the other section is as well. There's chicken. What are those? They look really big. Oh, loin sticks.
Yeah, but they're not really on the juice.
Oh, look at her doing her maths and everything, dude. Honestly.
They're not really on the juice.
Oh, you get those bargains, kid. You get those sales.
Salmon.
She knows what she's talking about.
Salmon.
What are these? zesty lime. I feel like we're really messy. Hold on. Having a quick stop off because we need some ham and we need some cheese. So we're stopping off on the way down to the bolognese sauce to find the ham. Can we see it? Can anybody see it? Let me know. Found it. What do you think? Mackenzie, grated cheese or block cheese? She's like, I don't care, just give me the cheese. We're going for the grated. Okay, I do want one of these mozzarellas. No? No. Now we're off to find the bolognese sauce. Wait, we don't need that. Okay, we have found the pasta sauce. Yeah, we found a meatball one, but we're actually making meatballs tonight. But it's not, it's down there, it's actually down there. Somebody's just put them back in the wrong places. But so the meatball sauce is £1.85, but the bolognese sauce is 69p, and it's literally the same thing. Yeah, exactly.
Some onions in it.
Exactly, so we do all that at home, so it's just the same stuff and it's a little bit more pricier. Yet again found another reduced section. I'm actually looking at this.
Yeah, I did see them.
The fruit loaf, look at that, down to 49p. Oh, may I have a brown loaf? Dad says yes, in the basket. Oh, what's these? I don't think anybody would eat these, to be honest. Oh, what do they have back here?
What's that?
They've got, what are these? The white crusty cobs. That is so soft. That's going in my basket. Just checking out the Easter section.
We found ears. And some kind of eggs.
It's the Easter bunny.
And some
Oh, I actually bought some of these the other day. I got one of these myself. They're so cute and they're only £3.50. You got one. What colour did you get, Lily?
Yellow.
You got a yellow. You got purple. I think Chloe got yellow one. There's an egg. Hey, Lily.
Mom, look at
Smells a
this.
bit eggy in here.
Mom, look at this. You're excited.
I'm excited. Ring toss. What else? What else we got? The Happy Easter sign I bought. Yeah, Dylan bought some of those. I hate those things.
Fabric.
Such a waste of money.
The fabric.
I know. You got Minecraft. What's it? Oh. I mean, what's those? Oh no, we've had those before. They used to be in a packet, didn't they?
Mom, look.
There's so many different things in different packaging.
Yeah, I see the word coffee.
Mom, look.
Coffee.
Yeah, I see the
Coffee.
word.
I believe Lily has found another reduced section. Another one, Lily.
It's going to be food, cleaning.
I reckon this one's kind of a bit of a mix, actually. Oh my goodness, they're like, what can we buy? They're Christmas cutters. I mean, a bit out of season. What are those?
I think they're pretzels.
I think they're supposed to be pretzels.
Yeah, pretzels.
Yeah, pretzels. That's never seen those before.
Pretzels. What?
There's so many random things on here. Proper chips. Oh, they're lentil chips.
Christmas cut.
Remembering things that I forgot to get. Look at it, she's like, tea bags, tea bags. They haven't got our usual toilet rolls. We're going to have to go, I'm going to go for these. That one's open, so we're not going to do that. We're going to do this one. Oh, I wonder why it wouldn't come out then. Smells like coconut. Okay, last but not least, we need the nappies. So we want a 5 and a 6. The 6s are right here, dude. They're right in front of you. They're 5s. These are 6s.
I'm a bit confused here.
Okay, we are done in the shop. We're just sat here waiting because Dad has popped back into the shop with Dylan to go and get his little bits and pieces, and we're just going to sit here and wait for a minute. Totally got a whole load of stuff we didn't need. Okay, so let's see what we got from Tesco's. Okay, Dad got some wholemeal loaf of bread on the reduced. I got 3 jars of bolognese, 1 sneaky Carlsberg for Dad because it's the summer. These are actually only £1.30 at the moment, so he got one of those. Bourbon cream biscuits, malt wheat. Let's have a look-see in this bag. I got 2 packets of the proper chips. These are the sea salt lentil chips. I got 2 packets. They were on sale for what were they? 55p. So I got 2 of those. Got some ham. Got some of these baby wipes that are extra sensitive. I haven't seen these ones before, so we got some of those. Some grated cheese. Baked beans. I don't remember baked beans being in the basket. I'm going to guess it was Dad. Some pasta, spaghetti pasta. Some penne pasta. some paper plates, a mozzarella, and some strawberries. We grabbed some nappies. It is later in the day and I'm sat in the garden. I've got Kevin's coat on and it is so big. It's still nice out here. There is a lovely, beautiful sunset going on. However, that wind is a little bit nippy. It has died down a little bit though, so I'm hoping it's going to stay like that. You know, you never know. Anyway, I thought I'd give you a quick update on what was happening with Harper as I left our last vlog on a bit of a weird one, I want to say. So basically she is doing a little bit better-ish, kind of. So we got home from holiday and it wasn't the best welcome home, I'm not gonna lie, it really wasn't. We got home and about an hour, maybe 2 hours in, my alarms went off on my camera, like my front cameras on the front of my house, and of course, like I always do, I check them to see who was about, because that's what it is, it's an alert to see that somebody's there, or there's movement of some kind. And when I looked at the cameras, there was 2 teenagers that were trying to damage Dylan's car. They were trying to damage the underneath of the car, and they were jumping on the roof, which has left a little bit of a dent in it, and they were trying to damage the windscreen. They did steal a bottle of a flammable solution that Dylan has to, I'm not really sure what it is, it's something to do with the paintwork, I don't know. They did steal that. It wasn't just our house they were doing it to, they were damaging some other vehicles in the street as well, which honestly, I just don't understand. What accomplishment do you get out of that? What enjoyment do you get out of that? I just don't understand it. It's unneeded. Kevin ran out of the house to try and sort it out. They had their faces covered. We didn't have any evidence on the cameras to figure out who they were. They were just 2 teenagers that were causing trouble. But as that was happening, there was a whole palaver happening. We actually left our holiday because when we were there was a lot of illness going on and we didn't quite know what it was. It went through all of us apart from Kevin. He had a fever for about not even a full night. He didn't even have it for a full night. We actually questioned whether he had like heat stroke or something like that. But for the rest of us, we had raging fevers. My fever reached about 39. The kids were literally about the same height on their fevers. It was just horrendous. There was congestion, there was coughs. At one point, I quite literally felt like I couldn't breathe. I felt like I was being squeezed and I couldn't get a breath in properly. It was just a god-awful illness. It wasn't until we had been home that I actually thought, you know what, I'm going to do a COVID test. And yeah, lo and behold, they were positive. And it turns out we all had COVID, which is not brilliant when you're on holiday, you know. But anyway, when we got to the last couple of days of our holiday, obviously, like I say, we left early. But when we got to those last couple of days before we left, something just wasn't right. I felt like something was off. Harper was having clusters of seizures over and over again, and it got to a point where it was just too much. I mean, normally she'll have seizures, just minor seizures, and we can handle them as we've been taught to. But they were just coming more frequently, and she was sleeping day and night. It was just, it wasn't right. Something just didn't seem right, and her fevers were really quite high, and we were trying our best to control them. And on the last night we were there, Chloe got really, really poorly, and she got really sick. And I was just like, do you know what? Something's not right here. I've had enough. We're packing the stuff up. We're going home. Going back to when obviously these 2 teenagers were there and Kevin was trying to deal with it, whilst that was happening, Harper wasn't okay. I was trying to control her fever with just over-the-counter paracetamol, like children's paracetamol, children's ibuprofen in intervals, and it just wasn't working. And then when Kevin was outside, she got up off the sofa, and as she got up off the sofa, she just dropped and she hit the floor. and she started seizing one after the other, and they were like drop attacks and focal seizures. So focal seizures are all like in her eyebrows. They tend to jump around and her concentration's gone, everything's gone, she can't control it. A drop attack is where she literally just goes limp and falls. But she was lay on the floor, and every time she tried to get up, she couldn't pick her head up, and she'd go into another one and then another one, and it just kept continuing. And at this point her fever had reached 41.1, and that was just there was no messing about at this point. So I called immediately for an ambulance, and the ambulance service, they were absolutely fantastic on the phone, but they said they had a lack of ambulances and they were all out on jobs, and it could be hours that we were waiting, and she wasn't going to get the help that she needed in time. So they advised us to find a way to get her there quicker, so she would get the care she needed if we could. So I was immediately, okay, who can take her? And as we said that, somebody we knew pulled up outside, and we were like, oh my god, okay, can you take us to the hospital? And it was a whole thing. It was a whole panic, trying to stay calm at that point, but on the inside, internally, we were, by the time she got to the hospital, she was tachycardic. Her heart rate was just really, really ridiculously high. It was erratic. She was in this massive fever that we just couldn't control. Believe it or not, through this whole ordeal, she still smiled. She still held this smile on her face and was like, are you okay? Daddy, are you okay? Mummy, are you okay? And it's just crazy. It's crazy to me how strong she is. It really is crazy to me. But eventually they got the fever under control. And because they got the fever under control, her heart rate started to settle. And they put her on a course of antibiotics just to be on the safe side, to make sure that there wasn't any infection. They did do blood tests, said everything that that they checked was clear, so they couldn't see any initial infection, but to be on the safe side they gave her a course of antibiotics as well. And obviously everything that had happened went through to her epilepsy nurse, which then goes up to her doctors, and then eventually goes up to Great Ormond Street. Since then, she has been all over the place. We've had clusters on clusters and clusters of seizures, and we're trying to manage them and going backwards and forwards with her doctors. We're having a conversation here, a conversation there, trying to make head nor tail of what's happening and what she needs. And it came to a point where they decided that they were going to put her on the highest dose of one of her medications. This, I'm not going to lie, scared me quite a bit, because it's quite an invasive medication. But since she was on it, it was almost like she was a walking zombie. She was constantly tired, and she still is. She's always tired, always, she'll come to me and say, Mummy, it's time for bed yet? And she'll just be really, really drowsy and then go and lay down and go to sleep. And that's not something that I want for her. And I know that this medication is there to help her, but I don't want her to have a life where she's constantly just asleep because she's on these higher doses of medicine. But as it goes, this higher dose of medicine isn't actually doing the job that we need it to do. Her clusters of seizures are still happening. And we've had a couple of injuries since. We've had bust mouths, we've had chin, eyes, head, and it's scary to think, what's going to happen next. If she's in the wrong place at the wrong time of a seizure and she hits her head on something that could cause some serious damage, that really scares me. But because the medication isn't working, we again have had more conversations with her doctors, and I came to the point and I said, look, I'm not being funny. We tried the diet once before, the modified ketogenic diet before. We couldn't do it because of her food aversions, and it caused more temper tantrums because, lest we forget, she is in fact autistic as well, and she does have food aversion, and that was difficult at the time. But we have worked on her food aversions, and I'm quite proud actually, because she would never ever touch or even look at a bit of broccoli, ever. And we've managed to get her now to sit down and eat it, and we get her to understand what different foods do for her body and how healthy they are, and they grow muscles and they make her strong and things like that. So we've worked on quite a few of her food aversions. Broccoli was the biggest one, definitely the biggest one. So she has gotten better, but now that we've worked through that, this is the point where I want to try the ketogenic diet with her, because I know that lowering her carbs and lowering her sugar intake is going to help her, because we've noticed that if she has something sugary, if she has a piece of cake or she has a little bit of chocolate or something like that, we've noticed a spike in her seizures. So I know that that could be a massive cause, and you know, I think this is the right time to do it. I do also know that this is not an easy diet. It's incredibly restrictive. It's a lot of maths, a lot of working out, a lot of weighing, everything. It's going to be a lot, and it's going to be a huge change, not only for her but the whole family, because we're going to have to come to a point where we say, okay, we can't have this in the house and we can't have that in the house. So I need to sit down all of the children like I did last time and just explain to them what it is and why we have to restrict certain items being in the house, and how it's going to help their sister, because they're such amazing children. I know that they're going to go along with it and they're going to be fantastic. Of course, when she has her naps and things like that, I will introduce little snacks to the other children, so they're not missing out on the things that they should be having as children. But it's also not going to cause like a huge rift of, well, why can they have that and I can't? So yeah, it's going to be a big change, but it's definitely one that needs to be done. But with that said, I'm actually going to end this video here, because the children have just had dinner and it is definitely time to go and get ready for bed. They're all shattered, and I'm not gonna lie, I absolutely loved going out today and doing a little picnic with the kids, even though it wasn't the best food in the world, because we do need to do a grocery shop and it was a last minute spontaneous thing. I'm absolutely shattered after that, and my back is hurting from doing the walking. So we're all gonna go and chill out. We're gonna get the kids all bathed and ready for bed and just call it a night. But thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We'd love to have you as a part of the team, and definitely leave us a comment down below, because we love to hear from you guys. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.